Hello guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Hit the bell icon button so that you don't miss out any tutorial.
Hello everyone and welcome to the module Foundations of Deep Learning. The first thing that I would like to do is to answer a very specific question, a very simple question. What is deep learning? Well, if you think about it, deep learning is just a class of algorithms. Now, we need to be crystal clear from the beginning because it's not just a class of algorithm. It is a super powerful class of algorithm that recently has been proven to be super effective in solving a very wide variety of problems. Now, if deep learning is a class of algorithm, what can we say about the context in which deep learning was developed? Well, first of all, we can say that deep learning, broadly speaking, belongs to a field of research which is called machine learning. Machine learning is a set of, again, it's a set of algorithms. It's a class of, it's a broader class of algorithms. And what makes machine learning very powerful is the ability to encode human intelligence using essentially data and algorithms, learning algorithms that take advantage of that data to train a model. This model then is applied on new data and the magic happens. Machine learning per se was developed around the 80s, 90s. Prior to that, we were still thinking about intelligence machines as a field of research called artificial intelligence. And I think here there is a very important difference to retain, which is the one between artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, according to my experience, machine learning kind of implies a training and testing algorithm. It always implies the presence of a statistical model that essentially encodes knowledge and information from the data. So when you're thinking about artificial intelligence, instead you have other techniques that come to mind, like for instance symbolic reasoning, like for instance rule-based reasoning. And just to wrap up on this, all these disciplines essentially belong to the super wide field of computer science. Now, why deep learning is so hot right now? This is a joke, but it's actually quite true in the sense that now everyone is talking about deep learning. Everyone is trying to use deep learning to solve the most wide variety of problems you can imagine. Well, if you look at Google, for instance, Google Trends, deep learning is certainly having a lot of fans. And here, as you can see, it started really to go viral around starting 2013, 2014, and now let's say the peak of inflated expectation has been passed, and we're going through a phase where adoption of deep learning is becoming really mainstream. So what I would like to do with you now is to tell you a little bit more about why this deep learning revolution has started. So there are three main reasons. The first one, you can see in here, it is about affordable GPUs. As you know, there is now a lot of different products in this space. This is a very exciting field because it's all about making CPU cycles or GPU cycles less expensive and more affordable so that everyone can use them. And you can do it in two ways. Either you buy your own GPU or you use a cloud repository, a cloud platform, like for instance Google Processing Cloud or Amazon Web Services. The second thing that contributed to the development of deep learning is the fact that as of today, we are creating a lot of data, a ton of data. So this is just a couple of examples of what's happening in 60 seconds. Hundreds of thousands of images are captured, tweets, 500,000 tweets sent, 2.4 million snaps created, so it's really unbelievable. Obviously, if you have all this data, if you have the computational power that is provided by GPU, what you really need, the third ingredient that you really need, is a set of comprehensive algorithms to essentially extract knowledge of information from this data. And this is exactly the third ingredient. So in the last decade, there have been very many breakthroughs in AI, like for instance, dropouts, ReLU, or data augmentation, and why not Adam optimizer. Don't worry, we're going to look at all these inventions in the next modules, but for the moment you just need to remember that there is so much happening in the field that really the sky is the limit. Now, what I would like to do with you today is just jump straight into deep waters and bring you into a situation where you have your first deep neural network trained. So we're going to start with some code, and at the end of this session, hopefully you will be able to run your own and understand a little bit better how to collect data, how to set up the parameters of your first deep neural network, and then how to test it using an annotated dataset. To do that, we're going to use a fantastic tool that is made available by Google, which is called Colab. Colab is, if you're familiar with it, if you're already familiar with it, you know that it is essentially an Python Jupyter notebook, and it's great because it's all online, and it's you can do a lot of different things, and by the way, it integrates nicely with GitHub. So the first question is how we're going to set it up, and I'm going to now prepare your environment so that you can really do it in one click.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, do give us a thumbs up and share it. Also check out amazing discounts and offers on our premium courses in the description below.